Real hate and fake love for the divine. The big picture. That's crazy. This world has always hated the divine. The divine entities of this world has always been hated because we was blessed. Because the divine was blessed with they wasn't blessed with. These motherfuckers got an eternal hate forever for you. So if you want to talk about God and the devil would never love you, man. Let's break it down to symbolisms and parallels like they talk. Just put fake characters on this shit. Let's put a devil character on this shit. The devil would never love God, bro. The devil's always hated God because God is the light. Good, Good. Evil, add a D, devil. Good, take away a O, God. Evil, add a D, devil, good and bad, good and evil, good and evil, good and evil, God and devil, God and devil, God and devil. Evil will always hate good, bro. And this shit is deeply rooted from ancient times. These people has pulled an ultimate switcheroo on the world by faking out the world with deception. And the word I use for deception now is Annie. They even claim that the sun is the key part of our animation. They said we is an animation of our God, that the sun will give us the Z factor to make us become 3D entities, to make us move around as humans in real life. The sun is what animates us. We're not animated, bro. We are real, live human beings that live on the face of the earth. There's nothing animated about coming into the reality of life. You dig what I'm saying? Ain't nothing animated about me being birthed from my mother's womb and becoming a conscious individual on this earth. That's not animation. But that's what Japan call it. And that's what they say you are. And that's how they control the world, through they ante. That's why I told y'all niggas it's time to ante up and let these people know we see the devil. We see the devil. I do. Real hate for the divine people, bro. And we got so many deceptions and so many problems that has been created for us that we can't stop to see them. I told y'all, bro, when I was plugged in, bro, I had never time to research and figure this shit out. And I'm still figuring shit out. And I won't stop, can't stop, won't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Because this world is animated. There's certain things you know in this world that's not real. You might not have the whole picture, but certain shit you know bullshit. Some gotta live this, some got, but the whole thing is animated. The whole thing animated, man. Ain't no I hate the word. I hate the word, bro. Cause I ain't animated, bro. I'm a real entity on a real earth. And these people has anciently been fucking over us, bro. But they give you hints. They tell you who the gods that was navigating those waters were. Melanated beings was navigating them highways, bro. So we the ones that was circulating and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and taught and taught and taught and taught these people. Because we had a divine nature to take care of the earth, and we was gonna go take care of other areas of the earth. And when we go take care of other areas of the earth, we pulling up on other individuals, not knowing that they devils, not knowing that they want to appreciate what we coming with, that they want exactly what you got, even if they got it animated. So now everybody love America. Yeah, you love America now that you done finally came over here and enslaved the divine people. Yeah, I love it now too. But in actuality, you still hate the people here, bro. Because you don't do shit for us. Tricked us with the welfare cheese, the fuck ass food stamp, the Section 8. Bitch, you don't do shit for us to be upon our land treating us the way you do. And then you done created a motherfucking system of this is how God and this is how their God and their government intertwine. I told you first they trespassed upon your land. They changed the problem. Forgive a trespasser if we forgive the ones who trespass. So that's forgiven. They know that's gonna be deeply enrooted because you're gonna pray about that every Sunday and forgive them for trespassing on your shit. Then they changed it to debtors. That's the biggest sin, is to be in debt. And all this shit built off that, bro. When I say I was gonna stand on that, motherfucking Nazca plate that don't exist, ain't no tectonic plates. These people don't know shit. They know what they created. They know they theorists. They know what they made it up to be. Ain't no fucking tectonic plates. You ain't dug into the Earth's surface no farther than 8 miles, so ain't no tectonic plate. But if it is a tectonic plate, the Nazca plate belongs to unfed. This is why I stopped my research at. Because I got enough dots to know I stand right here. If I stand right here on this Nazca plate, I'm going to find out some more shit. And the reason I take the Nazca plate, because it's they clipping lands from the northwest side of Africa. They truly sitting in the way it made. So I'm going to the northwest tip of South America. Because I should be able to leave South America and head west, and I should run into all this fake ass shit that they saying I should run into. Because they splicing the maps from one side to the other. They splicing the map. They never show you the backside of water because they can't. So when I leave South America, when I leave Peru, when I leave the northwest side of Peru, where agriculture and all this shit is being found out to be the start of agriculture, when I leave here, I should find the rest of that goddamn Peruvian dope. That's what I'm looking for. Boss. I'm looking for the rest of them. Fuck that Colombian dope. Fuck that Cuban dope. Where the fuck them purple panties at, man? Because y'all sent us a plate sitting right here with the Nazca plate. Ain't got a land on top of it. It's just a tectonic plate that's causing confusion in the Andes. Causing confusion in the Andes. The Andes is what y'all want. The Andes is what y'all want. Y'all coming to get the medicine, the dope, the dope. Cocaine, quinine, and all the other medicine that we have in our rainforest, bro. And y'all been doing this shit for thousands of years, and I think in the beginning we was just sharing. Because y'all ain't have shit to trade. The sharing routes, the true Red Cross, the true help, the true people who was divine and wanted to show the world that the world cares, the caring routes, before the Trail of Tears and before all this pain came, the true people that was taken out, and the true philanthropists, the true people who gave a fuck about nature and feeding nature's people and showing people things no cost. Wasn't no trade. We came out doing our thing to sustain the earth and let the earth sustain us and show people how to live. That what divine people do. That will make us divine. And we'll still feed y'all funk ass today if you get your foot off our neck, bro. See, them became the trade routes. Y'all done had shit to trade. You start trading us our own shit back. You start trading our own shit back to us. Well, you start trading your own shit back to the motherfuckers who came and took it and brought it to you to buy. See, this is an east-west thing. This the Western Plateau. We had it with Gog over here. G-O-G, Gog. Because that's that corner of the earth, Far East, Japan. And see, that's why that shit was distorted on that map. I said, nah, how the fuck is that Australia? That should be Japan. Because that's why our technology went over here. Said you got a deceptive way of hiding yourself, throwing rock high in your hand. But bitch, I done ended up on y'all hoes. And I don't really want to talk like that today. I'm just trying to show y'all how the United States of America citizens is allowing our government to just let us wallow in shit. You ever seen a dog just wallow in his own shit? You ever seen a dog just wallow in his own shit, just shit and just wallow in it? That's what this global economical system does for us. I don't know what it does for the rest of these countries and what the fuck they got going on, what kind of yen or peso or whatever the fuck kind of currency they use, but our currency been fucked up. They been took that gold back. I've been showed y'all that. The money ain't redeemable in gold no more. So they been took the gold back and then took the receipts that we supposed to be able to get our gold with this money. They took all that, burnt that shit up in the front of us and give you a federal note. And the federal government has nothing to do. The federal government has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve. So who are the Federal Reserve bankers? Man, y'all better think, man. Cause this shit gonna be like this forever. And one day you're gonna wake up in Japan, gonna be controlling all this shit from one spot. They gonna be telling the Marines what to do. They already do it behind closed doors. They gonna be telling the Navy what to do. They already do it behind closed doors. They gonna be telling Israel and Donald Trump and the army what to do. They already do it behind closed doors. They gonna be telling the motherfucking, who else you got? Army, Navy, the Air Force, they gonna be telling their ass what to do. They already do it behind closed doors, because if all those motherfucking weapons ain't coming from Japan, it's coming from a Japan-owned company that's got nominees in front of it. All these tractors and shit you see, these big old industrial type tractors where they still digging into these mounds with these tractors that come from Awashi, Tukukashi, Shashi, Washiwa, all that shit made by Japan. And send that shit over here to keep digging. They doing the same thing now. These landfills, they digging right into mounds that was built by our people, boy, divine people. We went out on that 33rd parallel, man, and built structures and gave these people civilization and taught these people how to feed themselves, but they still had hate and disdain for you. Real hate. But now they got fake love for you. I have fake love for you too. If I came over this bitch and took over and enslaved you and now own it and you up under my laws, yeah, I love America too. Yeah, I love America. Because we finally got their ass. We finally got them. After all these thousands and thousands and thousands of years of this bloodline running, trying to goddamn conquer the divine people, y'all finally conquered the divine people, bro. And I don't like it. In content of the Far East nation, Japan have historically relied heavily upon importing internal resources to fund their massive industrial and technological growth. Always. This shit ain't starting no 1800. I can show you where they came in and enslaved those people around Peru. That's the start. Peru is the start. A lot of folks gonna have to go on and admit that Peru is the start of this shit. And we spread out from that. That's the central location for us. And we spread out down off into South America, up across Mesoamerica, up into North America. Which we gonna start the Mississippi culture up mound building, dog. That's how it go. But these people been over here I'm gonna show you. These people been in cahoots to do what the fuck they doing right now today. I'm gonna show you. Look where they coming to get cotton. You know you pick cotton. I know you ain't that old where you don't know grandma done pick cotton on their own cotton fields. Made you not like your own cotton fields. This your shit. Now you don't even like to be in cotton fields because you enslaved to work for another motherfucker on your shit, and now you hate cotton fields. But that was your shit. These was your fields. These was your crops. And you was divine, taking care of yourself until you ran into the devil. You were the one that goddamn navigated the waters and went out and ran into these people. You were the one that showed them what you had. Reveal your hand to them. Petroleum, oil, that's all they want. They want whatever you had over here, and they was getting it until they was able to come finally and enslave the holy people. I don't like to say holy, the divine people on their divine land where all these divine resources naturally grow in abundance for us, because that's what it is, the Western Plateau. And they done flip-flop until they own everything in the East, and you enslaved and in debt to them forever. This was a masterpiece. You're a mastermind. God told Japan we're playing both sides up the middle. Ain't nothing but two sides to this world, bro. You got two sides to this world, bro. You come in from that Anian Strait where them Ainu people come from, they can come into each continent. They can go from each continent and they controlling and playing the role, smiling in motherfuckers' faces, saying what they gotta say to this, and at the whole time, all your resources are being bought by that Far East. These people are hustling and bustling because they know once they get this shit from the West, if they make it back to the East with it, the East gonna buy it. Once they take it, where they taking it to? As far east as they can, to the devil. And they taking it from the gods. Taking it from the gods and taking it to the devil. All that shit in the middle, we can discuss that later. I'm on the outskirts of this shit. See, I'm at the North Pole and the South Pole, but I'm showing you the North Pole and the South Pole. The South Pole sit in the west. Antarctica is in the west. That's our ice. That's the ice that sit behind us. That's the pole. Ain't no fucking South Pole, Southern Hemisphere, none of that shit. And the North Pole sits in the east. See? I know y'all don't see, but I'm trying to show you. The North Pole sits in the east. Why you think the Orient and the Asian and all the motherfuckers is running the North Pole? It started out in the center. When the motherfucker from the North started trying to create it, up under the authority, because he told you he gave the authority to the beast. Y'all don't know how to read the scripts. Gave the authority to create the pole, to create the globe. He gave the authority to the beast. But he still runs shit. Animistic. Anytime you see that A-N-I, them. Everything's supposed to be animated and fun and kiki-ha. This shit ain't funny to me. This shit ain't funny to me. How the fuck goddamn Solomon Temple ain't no Far East? If they ain't in cahoots with these people. If they ain't in a covenant with these people. Man, this shit real shit. This shit real shit. From the Pacific, primarily ports from Portland. See? Coming all out of Portland and all this shit. See? Nearby Columbia River maintain systems, resources were historically and modernly, what did she say? Modernly transported across the Pacific Ocean to major Asian trading hubs. See, this is America against Asia. This the fight. America against Asia. And you niggas so brainwashed, y'all want to be Asiatic and think you from the Middle East and all this shit. Motherfucker, you live in the West. You live on the Western Plateau. You Tamari. You from here. You Hebrew. You the Hebrew that they goddamn dogging out and trying to perpetrate their ears and change the Israel. Yeah, you ain't from no fucking Asia, bro. And you ain't Asiatic, bro. They just took your language and made your language Semitic. And now you think it's them, but it's you. The primary destination across the water includes Japan. I know that's real. The leading destination for agriculture and exports. Go over there and look and see what Israel export about that hoe. Go look at the imports and exports. Who feeding who? Imports. Yeah, you taking, but what the fuck is you exporting up out that bitch? Cause I don't need no China. I use ceramics, nigga. I don't need no China. You keep your China, your little teacup and all that shit. You ain't got shit. You can keep your little bitch ass silk robe. You can keep all that shit because you ain't got shit for me. We had things in abundance over here. We had everything we needed over here. And most of the shit you got, we end up giving it to you or bringing it to you. The plants won't even grow over there. All the plants you got, you done made. And the ones you couldn't grow, you just put money into it, put money into it till you can successfully grow the type of plants and shit that we had over here, over there. You had to make your climate. You had to, that's why you fuck with the sun and do all the shit that you do, because you got to create a climate. You got to create a tropical climate like the one that we in over here by nature. Now shit grow all over the world. How I get there? It ain't indigenous to that land. How you growing it over there now? Because you done cultivated and tricked the system and fuck with nature and fuck with the UV rays of the sun and created other suns and fusion, and you done fuck with the soil and all kind of shit just to get a plant to grow over there that's gonna grow over here forever. Bitch, you even got all the natural seeds known to man and lock them bitches up to help you in your quest to destroy the divine people. I just want my people to know we divine. I don't give a fuck how much I hate you, how much, what the fuck we got going on in modern times. My nigga, I know where this shit came from. And this the plot of the plan. Agriculture. Exports, especially wheat grain from the Pacific Northwest Plain alongside massive timber, and lumber shipments. Getting everything. They go China on the list. See, Asia. That's our enemy, bro. That's the devil there. Over there with God on his sun. Got God bleeding on his sun like that. Got that red ass sun over there bleeding on that flag. Telling me he the rise of these and everything animated. And they the only motherfuckers I know that when they put a deity in front of the sun and call the sun a goddess. They the only ones. That made me think they got some sacred knowledge that don't belong to them. And the reason I thought that was Australia and all them little hidden lands over there on that thing, because that's what Japan's supposed to be sitting at. That's where it's supposed to be sitting at. See, I've been studying geography since I was a kid, bro. I always loved history. Anybody that know me tell you that. And so when they say things in certain places, I already place it in my mind where it should be located at when I go look for it on the map. And then all this shit just be distorted. Now Australia's sitting right there instead of Japan. Nah. So it's supposed to be all up under the ball, just like Antarctica. Antarctica is a pole. No, it ain't no pole. It's a iceland that sits upon a flat earth. And if it's an earth ring that go all the way around, I ain't into that. I'm just talking about what's in my section. I don't give a fuck what's behind the north. I don't give a fuck what's behind the south. I give a fuck what's behind me, and that's Antarctica. And Antarctica sits in the west. See, they don't want you to know that they didn't drain your land. They didn't drain your land for so long, so now they want that ice that's behind you. And they create this motherfucking Antarctic, this South Pole, this North Pole, South Pole shit. The far east is the North Pole, and the far west over here. But they'll call it south because you think you're going down south and you think you're going up north. That ain't how it go. They want this ice behind us for resources, bro. Antarctica belongs to the west. Hey man, that's a seed for y'all niggas, bro. Antarctica sits in the west. Antarctica belongs to the western plateau. And they doing all the deception because they regular draining your resources from that ice because it's plenty. I'm gonna show y'all. I ain't gonna show you, I'm just gonna keep talking shit. Yes, foreign entities, particularly British and European financiers, had immense amount of control over Portland shipping. I know it when they shipped it right to China. Just like that oil and shit they getting out of Arabia. Get what most of it go right to China and Japan. Right to China and Japan, right to their daddy. Japan is Pawpaw. These the middlemen. These the motherfuckers they let fake going to the moon. These the motherfuckers they get the fake nuclear bombs and shit. Yeah, these the middlemen. These the actors, especially them Dutch. Them Dutches taking a whole lot of shit. They the ones to bring the cocaine to them, bring the quinine to them. They the ones, they get it from them. Middleman, but they trying to get it to Japan, bro. Gotta watch them dishes. I'm gonna study their ass too. I'm gonna go find out what's up with them. Huh? In the 1980s, the U.S. supply. Look what's going on. Look what's going on right here. Pre-World War II peak. When these historic trade networks were at their peak, the amount of resources moving from the Americas to Japan was massive. Even before they faked the war. Even before they faked the nuclear bomb, and nigga, look, pre-World War II peak. In the 1980s, the U.S. supplied Japan with up to 80% of the oil and millions and tons of the, what does it say? Of the scrap metals to fuel its rapid industrial expansion. 80% coming from the Devine, going to the devil. They're they devils. The Ori mean east. Oriental, those are devils. I see you, Jackie Chan. You are the dragon. You made yourself the serpent, but you ain't have an apple. The serpent from the west had an apple, had fruit to give, had agriculture. We had irrigation system. We are the water. We Moses. We Mochi. We the irrigation system. We the ones came out and made all them desert ass land that we was crossing and turned them into fertile lands where you can feed and sustain yourself and civilize you motherfuckers. Yeah, we was the serpent that came in that y'all want to call. Yeah, we the serpent mound. Yeah, we had the fruits. Y'all call every fruit y'all seen apple. Grapefruit, apple. Need more apples. Feeding y'all, showing y'all how to grow this shit. And if you couldn't grow it, we cultivated the land and made it grow there. And showed y'all how to do this. But y'all had so much hate for the divine people till you wasn't gonna stop till you got it like you got it now. That we gonna be indentured service to y'all forever through your fake ass global economy system. The United States ain't got us doing them but walling and shit. They don't do them but roll it back over. They rolling over in they shit as the debt. Pay one debt and then borrow some more money and make the debt bigger with your tax money. So look forward for your great grandchildren to be in the same predicament until you stand up and understand what's going on and understand how to separate the real from the fake and understand how to call a spade and understand what's real and what's not, bro. Because this shit is not a globe. Y'all niggas fight tooth and nail to support what these bitches that put in your head after they didn't enslave you forever, dog. 80%. And then Japan funded some more shit, the other shit what I was researching. It's always the same shit. Agriculture dominance. Through West Coast gateways like Portugal, Japan regularly grew to become the #1 destination for critical Pacific Northwest bulk exports. What they exporting from over there? The whole world is taking from over here, from the divine. The devils are taking from the divine. We feeding the devils. These hoes done slipped up into heaven and dancing on our soul. And got us bowing down. Cause we so used to goddamn cropping and agriculture and doing what we do, we ain't realize that these hoes came and took over our shit. Now a nigga can't stand a cotton field. It was your cotton field, it was your corn, it was your cocaine, it was all this shit was your shit. And they wasn't gonna stop till they came and got it, nigga. We exporting our shit out to the world. And they can't stand us for real, bro. Give a fuck about no fake smiles. I don't give a fuck about going to work and being friendly and kiki ha ha and wait till I come home and cuss motherfuckers out up under my motherfucking breath. That's why I cuss motherfuckers out on this bitch. You got to be faking with the world and smiling, kiki ha. Good morning, how you doing? Yes, sir. Right here? Yes, sir. And then you get home. I can't stand that motherfucking Orient old foreign ass fuck nigga. Crocker ass bitch. And then everybody, you get home, everybody niggas, but you don't use the word in public. Man, fuck these niggas. I'm on that. Because this was going on. This is what went on. And it went on anciently. These old ain't just got here in the 18, 1700. These bitches been over here plotting and planning. That's how I know them hoes in them temples together, them synagogues and them shrines together, creating their religion. And that's why Solomon Temple over there in that Far East. Why the fuck Solomon Temple over there in Japan in the Far East, but he ain't got his hands on this shit, bro? He got his hands on the whole thing that animated and made the whole world religious, bro. Where you can't see nature no more. You can't see your God. Y'all niggas scared to look at the sun, bro. Y'all scared to give the sun its just due respect, bro. Japan regular group become nominated, and it's a designation for critical Pacific Northwest bulk export, and roughly 27% of all agriculture cargo, like wheat, fit, all that shit. We ain't got to keep on just naming everything. Everything we got over there, they want. The scale. Over the last century, this channel consistently shifted millions of metric tons of new materials annually across the ocean, leaping the far east supply with American timber, grain. Man, they come in to get our shit, and that's what they been wanting to do, and that's what they been doing. Now they could have made no nuclear. They could have made no nuclear bomb with that. The rest of the plutonium they needed. That's how you know that shit fake. I just got that screenshot to show you that. They said they needed 6 or 7 more years of collecting plutonium from their plutonium resources to even test the nuclear bomb to make it explode. They ain't have enough plutonium for this nuclear bomb. They had TNT over there and fake that explosion, bro. And that explosion put us deeper into debt to the devil, the Ori, the East. They needed 6 or 7 more years of collecting plutonium through the plutonium resources to even test this bomb, bro. I done showed y'all the man eating the shit, showing the shit. Man, I'm trying to show y'all the isotope. I showed y'all that shit. But 6 months later, they bombed Japan with a nuclear bomb. How animated is this? Ante up, nigga. I'm trying to tell you niggas. Y'all need better ante up on this shit, bro. And teach your children this shit, bro. So they know where they fit at this puzzle. If we looking at this from an outside official narrative, not outside official narrative, the connection between the U.S. and Japan goes way deeper than what is in the textbooks. Some alternative researchers point to hidden trade network, ancient ties, or elite pacts that completely dictated how those countries interact before and after the war. These folks brilliantly did this shit. Alternative researchers, you know what I'm saying? They said they had a place called the Triangle right there in the Great Circle. Roots across the North Pacific and ancient maritime currents like because what that shit said, Shuyo, whatever that current is, the black current. The theory is that these paths were just used for modern shipping, but were controlled for centuries by elite cartels to move wealth, ancient artifacts, and resources completely off the official record. So fuck what the record and mainstream saying. We know they full of shit. We trying to get the underneath shit so we can see what truly happened. They connected deep water ports in the Pacific Northwest like Columbia River Basin directly to isolated coastal entry points in Japan. Solomon Temple is in Japan and niggas regular looking in Bethlehem over here where these Jews at for some shit. How these Jews out? Why would they want to build a Shinto temple like a Jewish temple? Why would they? Man, these people been behind this shit the whole time, bro. They brought the Godzilla to you. They brought the Martian to you. They made up all the monsters that we locked in this month. They made up all this shit that you niggas believe. Diners, they made up all dragons. They made up all these mythological characters that you believe to this day. That you ain't never seen and never gonna see. Because it's animated. Ante up, man. These unmapped Pacific corridors align with major energy lines across the 33rd parallel. They coming back across the route that they seen us take to come feed them, bro. Bring electricity and everything to these fools, bro. You see the light bulbs on the walls in Egypt. That's our shit. Them Egyptians are you. You ain't African, that's you the one over there to that desert and on the Sahara desert and made them crops grow down there and put that irrigation system in that bitch. Through the energy lines across the third. That's where your people was traveling on the highways, nigga. The river was the highways, nigga. Nigga, we circumnavigated on flat water. We ain't went around no globe. We circumnavigated these two sides of the world, man, and went over there and civilized these people on the 33rd parallel by maintaining a distance away from that star and sailing on the 33rd parallel. We ain't followed the star. We distanced ourselves from a stationary point that went moving. It wasn't called North Star, and it ain't no North Pole. It ain't North. The star don't belong to the North. The North is not in the center. This when they made the North be in the center. This when they created the spot that they can't change. And I said, A-Smart the spot. That's the point of origin. We're going to keep y'all ass right there until we figure everything out, bitch. Nah, don't try to raise it up and make it a ball and tilt it over there some more over to the east. Don't try to fool us. No, you said the North Pole right here in this spot right here, Polaris. Ain't no Polaris, ain't no pole. But it's a star, but it ain't named that. This when they take over. This how you gotta get their ass up off your knowledge. Bitch, get my knowledge back. That star been stationary. Ain't called no North. Bitch, sit your North ass down somewhere and shit the fuck up. This how you handle that. You don't just keep calling the North Star. You feeding power into the beast. You giving the devil power by calling it what he called it. Bitch, it ain't no North Star, ho. Fuck you talking about. I'm gonna call it what my ancestor called it, bitch. The star that don't move. That's what I call that, ho. Bitch. Fuck you talking about North in the center. So if North in the center, everything opposite is South, and we only travel East and West. Who teach that? They teach that up in them Mason Town and temples, y'all. That's the sacred knowledge, y'all. Be think y'all know some shit, bitch. Y'all think y'all know something that we don't know or something through out. Fuck y'all talking about. So you only travel East and West. Because you only want to come conquer the West and take it back to the East. In the North and the South, you ain't worried about that. Me neither. I'm concentrating on you, devil. The big dragon serpent that's in the sky in the Draco constellation that's supposed to be protecting the golden apples that's found in the West. And you even got some women involved in this bitch and said they gonna sit them in the order of the Eastern Stars, OS. You gonna sit them in the West. OS mean West, Ori mean East. That's what I'm dealing with. You bitch, cause you behind all this shit. And I'm on your ass. I'm ended up by myself in this hole. Third parallel connecting ancient earthworks. Who did the ancient earthworks? The mound builders of the Americas. And mounds in the Americas directly to old world megaliths in the Far East. How the fuck is you not understanding what the fuck I'm saying? So they connecting the earthworks. So if you connect the earthworks to it, you got to connect the bloodline to the people that's doing it, bro. And then they'll tell you, yeah, indigenous people did it. So what happened to indigenous people? Because they wasn't born now. All my black people, my niggas that think they supposed to be connected to a Joe Mon, that's them I-News. Them the first ones you was in contact with, them I-News. I know, Annie up. The theory goes that the geographic alignment were accidental. What is it? Accidental. It's accidental. Man, niggas following your footsteps and taking your shit at the same time and coming to murk your ass for that dope. That's how it go. They mark Pacific routes used to transport high volume material, advanced knowledge, and ancient artifacts long before mainstream history claims. Fuck mainstream history. Fuck recorded history. Fuck what they, this was up right here. Fuck theory. Theory my ass. Conspiracy theories. I sure am. Elite groups held tightly to these maritime maps, keeping the true exchange of global wealth hidden from the public eye. That's why they got all the wealth. And we broke as fuck now and get that little paper money and think we throwing some shit in the sky. That's why they got all the wealth and we broke now and getting all that little paper money, throw it in the sky. One of you rap niggas put that in your bars, nigga, and talk about something. This ties right back into how certain elite cartels manage trades across the 33rd parallel using historical planispheres and alternate grid systems to navigate the world on their own terms while pursuing a completely different geographical and to the mainstream. Y'all niggas don't even see the real map. They ain't gonna let you see it. They got their own trade route with this shit. Just stealing all our dope shit. When the facts and multiple say, I'm trying to get, I don't want to try to get to some more shit. Cause I don't think I got it in. I want to show y'all, well, them hoes that been over here for 5,000-6,000 years. 5,000-6,000 years ago, Japan had been over here fucking around. We was already connected to the old. I just showed you. They just said earthworks. The earthworks, we done found mounds goddamn 9,000-10,000 years old. They connect to the megaliths in the Far East. Antarctica holds about 7% of the world's fresh water. See, I ain't got that screenshot one. Antarctica, they want your ice. Your ice sit in the West. This the trick. This the fuck shit. This the deception. They want the ice that's behind you. That's why they down there in Chile, all in Argentina, all down in the peninsula, the South American peninsula, all that. Because they right over here in the ice over here, on your side of the world. Trying to tell you that the ice patches up on the bottom, so shit is a South Pole, and you spin all that dumb shit. No, y'all on our side, y'all on the Western Plateau. Your corner is called GOG, God. The northern corner is called Magog. This the Western Plateau, this is our corner, this is our section. Antarctica belongs to us. Yes, the Antarctic Peninsula is directly close to the South American, separated by the Drake's Passage because of the, I already know all that. I've been know all that. I'm just trying to see something exactly on the flat. You got to understand the flat first, but you understand all this. Exactly, on the flat map projected, there is no underneath or upside down southern hemisphere. Everything sits on the plane. So moving beyond the Americas and East Asia simply means traveling across the surface towards the other ring, towards the so-called North Pole. That used to be in the center, that they done tilted, raised up and tilted over that way, further into the east. The North Pole sits in the east, the South Pole sits in the west. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's very simple what this is. Now watch this. Now I gotta forgive me for a minute. The biggest chunks are owned by the Bank of Japan. See, Japan own their own. They own their own debt. They send motherfuckers to war. They don't want to make the cruise ship. They getting the technology. So when DOJ call themselves giving you, they ain't giving you no goddamn. Them hoes ain't giving you no motherfucking goddamn tanks and battleships and aircrafts and missiles and shit. Where they get it from? They got to get the technology from who? They got to get the technology from who? Hey, what you got going on? paying your debt. Feel? When they talking about the goddamn world, when you goddamn get ready, when they create that war shit, now the country gonna have some more warships. They gonna have some more ammunition, missiles, torpedoes, tanks, aircrafts. Who you think they buying them from? If the technology coming from Japan, that's where they bought all the rocket launchers and rocket pads and rocket ships from. Who you think they buy it from? These hoes that's faking out the world. So they go in debt getting them from them and then put you in the debt for going to war for them. How the fuck you gonna put a country in debt for going to war for you? We got to pay for your tanks. You supposed to be fun. So cause they got to buy it from Japan. You heard what I said? Cause they got to buy it from daddy. They gonna feed all these metals and minerals and all these resources back to your ass. Back to your divine ass and make your divine ass go to war and go kill babies all over the fucking world. Come home, can't get a proper treatment for being in the war. And then your country go further and further in debt because you got to fund your own war, but you warring for them and their position on this chessboard in the middle of this mess. You hit the nail on the head. Around 88% of Japan's massive national debt is held domestically rather than foreign investors. The biggest chunk of the owned by the Bank of Japan. We got a debt. Yeah, we owe ourselves. Yeah, man, I can't do it today, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it because I owe a motherfucker, man. I would let you borrow $10 if I owe a nigga. Who you owe? Myself. Never give a nigga shit. Fuck you talking about Japan. Brilliant. That's brilliance. As the United States did. They wallet in they shit. They using rollover. They rolling over in they shit. We rolling over in the shit because we the fools because we won't goddamn shut their ass down. Shut this shit down and see what they gonna do. Bitch, blow it up. Nuke it out. Nuke it out. Don't duke it out. Nuke it out. I want to see the nukes. Nuke it out. Japan, roughly 85 to 90% of Japan's debt is owned domestically by its own citizens' bank and the Bank of Japan. Look. Huh? That just got down China, Japan, and the UK. Amongst everybody else we owe. Y'all niggas ain't gonna ante up. While the United States also borrowed its own currency, dollars, the global reliance on the USD as the world's reserve currency. They took the gold back and everything, man. US dollar ain't worth shit. Y'all niggas regular fighting for that shit and throwing that shit up in the sky. Man, these folks laughing at y'all like a motherfucker, man. Get you some US treasuries. Get you some of them US treasury notes. Yo, get off into them bonds and get off in that bitch and say how fast they got there and get you to that cash and tell you to bend over, let them fuck. That's what the fuck you do. Why come they ain't high risk? Sovereign currency, because this is why they ain't at high risk. They ain't at high risk for immediate actual default. But they already defaulted. They already admitted that we in a debt that we can't repay, man. The deficit don't do nothing but grow. But this why? Because of sovereign currency, because they print their own money. Because in Japan let them keep doing that because they know that would keep us fluctuating and keep the resources coming and going right to the east. To the beast, to the east and the beast. The east out there, that's the devil there, that's the serpent there, and the beast, this nigga over next door to us with this goddamn dinosaur shit that he allowed to have authority over us and enslave us and lead us into global wonder as he sets the economy of his profit. Japan been selling shit to the world forever, nigga. Selling our own shit back to us. Got the middleman fighting, coming, taking our shit, and they go sell it to him, and he sell it back to us. Sell it back to them and us. That's the pyramid, nigga. That's the triangular effect, nigga. Y'all don't even get it, though. U.S. borrows its own currency. It has the ultimate capacity to print more money to fulfill its obligations. That means a technical default where the government physically runs out of dollars cannot easily happen. Oh, it can happen. It can happen if a nigga stop accepting American money. Ain't that right, Gaddafi? Ain't that right, Saddam Hussein? Ain't that right, them people over there, goddamn, y'all blow it up for no reason at all. One nigga ain't gonna fuck with that American dollar, boy. You gotta fuck with the debt. We got to have you fucking with the debt system. If you make that US dollar plummet, boy, it's gonna be some problem, boy. But the problems ain't gonna come from Japan. They gonna have to they go to cutting up. But what if Japan just gonna say fuck that American dollar? It's old. They already own the shit. That's why you got military bases set up you got United States military bases set up all in Japan, because Japan run these motherfucking folks, man. Them folks ain't over there putting down on Japan. This the entity that run, they run Israel. I can go show you how long they been in cahoots. The debt ceiling historically, any short-term risk of default comes from political gridlock in Congress over raising the debt ceiling rather than the lack of funds. Okay, whatever you say. The debt ceiling, you call it whatever you want to call it. The covenant default triggers. The covenant. This the covenant. That make it sound good in that religion book, don't it? This the Ark of the Covenant right here. To keep your ass in debt forever. I ain't know I had this many goddamn screenshots. The bottom line, look, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Let's get to the bottom line. Because I'm gonna goddamn go sip on me some and get in yelly phase on y'all that hit me. The bottom line is that the U.S. government would never pay off the debt, and it does not plan to. Instead, the U.S. relies on a continuous cycle of issuing new debt to pay off old debt, a process called rolling over the debt, walling in their own shit. And you the motherfucking collateral. You the engine oil. You the engine and the oil to keep all this shit going, because we won't stand up and let these people know we see them, and we know we divine, and we know we cultivated and civilized you people, and you people are devils. Since you only use biblical terms, they devils. You biting the hand that fed you, that feeds you. We still feed you now. Because that sun in that sky is gonna always naturally provide for the Western Plateau. That's it, that's all. We God's nature people, and we was trying to feed and take care and shepherd this earth and provide for everything upon this earth that live, walk, crawl upon this bitch. And this the thanks we get, bro. Everybody around this bitch got motherfucking generational wealth when we got generational debt. Enslaved forever to this system, bro. Global system, it ain't even no globe. Nigga done sunk in and set in with this shit, bro. That's exactly how a lot of people see it. Look, when a government debt grows indefinitely, the citizens are the ones on the hook to fund it forever through the taxes and labor. You wonder why I say I'm going to the plantation while we indentured servers, employees, slaves, whatever you want to call this shit, and then you got to do this shit forever. When a government's debt grows indefinitely, the citizens are the ones who are on the hook to fund it forever through their taxes and labor. The system relies on everyone staying plugged in, working and paying into its government system can keep rolling over its bill. If people stop buying into the setup, the whole global financial pyramid would collapse. You get it? This the covenant. They in debt to China forever, and China and Japan and the UK and Y'all go look at the list for your goddamn self. What up, baby? Hey, y'all go look at the list for y'all self. The government borrows money mainly from the public, not itself, and sells treasury bonds to individual investors, corporations, banks, and foreign government like Japan and China. It don't change. However, the portion of internal government agencies like Social Security Trust Fund, trust bonds, with their excess cash, meaning that the government does technically borrow from its own programs. They got down by the shit, they borrow from that shit crazy. We in debt forever. Finance rollover. Debt simply means paying off an expiring loan to take out a new one. And that will cause it to grow, 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 grow. And I'm out this bitch. Oh, I coming up. You want me to do it now? Hey man, I gotta go peel some potatoes, man. I'm out this bitch. Hey man, we the divine people, and they the devils. We the gods and they the devils. And they taking all our resources. They been doing it since ancient time, and they ain't never stopped. And when I got down getting power, in my 365th life when I come back, y'all bitches gonna pay me for the goddamn dope y'all took out Peru. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm taxing y'all for every key. Let me get the fuck on. Truth don't need no help. That shit ain't gonna bend, break no motherfucking fold. Bitch, I said boom. I'm gonna come in there and peel. I got a pill, but I'm out this bitch.